Hey everybody, it's Dave here. Welcome to Holiday for Two. Well, today, hang on, we'll take you on a ride up to the Anderson Mill mine. It's an old mica mine that was built back in the 1930s, 1940s, and used to mine mica, which was used back a long time ago to use for radio insulation, electronics, and stuff like that. And it got shut down probably about 60 or 70 years ago and just kind of got left out here, abandoned. It's still in pretty good shape considering how old it is. So we're going to take the mine road out. And hey, if you like this video and these kind of videos, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. I plan on putting more trail videos out in the future, so hope you like this. Last time we were out here on this trail was probably 2 or 3 years ago. And we start off, this is the usual place you start off at the San Domingo staging area. You can also camp in this area, but really to use this area you should have a state trust permit. You can get those online for $20. They run for a year. You can use them for camping, trail riding, so on. And there's the Anderson Mill. The old, some people call it the mica mine. There it is. Built from a conglomeration of parts that they collected from who knows where. And start off here at the staging area and take offload and then take the trail all the way up. It's about 5.38 miles according to Gaia Maps. And it's a funny thing. Last time we did this trail, we did in the Jeep about 2 years ago, and last time we did it in the Razor was probably about 4 years ago. This road was not as smooth as it was today, which was kind of nice because Tammy decided she'd like to ride out here. And I know when I was thinking, I hope it's not as rough as it used to be. But I'll be darned if somebody hasn't come through in the last year and graded this. It is like this. I told somebody who was camping there, and I said, this is like a freeway all the way to the Anderson Mill. It did not used to be this smooth. It was nice. I mean, it was good for Tammy because she didn't really want to get on a rough ride. And but boy, this was nicer than usual. And there's a lot of little spots off to the side as we go down the trail here. You'll see a lot of spots where you can actually pull in and camp. Some of this right through here is BLM land. And it's kind of strange out here because you have a mixture of state trust land and BLM land. And technically, if you're on state trust land, you should have permits to use the land and camp on it. But if you're on BLM land, you don't need a permit. Is that weird or what? It's just the way Arizona is. You can go a mile or a half a mile and go from one to the other and then back again. So having a good map and a good app that kind of shows you where you are is a really definite thing to have with you, so you can see where you are when you're traveling on the trails and stuff out here. There are lots and lots of old mines as well as new mines out here. This area is still heavily being used for mining today. And we'll pass another vehicle here in just a minute. People travel this road. This is like a highway now. This used to be a really pretty rough road, but this takes you all the way up to the Anderson Mill and then some. And I was doing some checking online and I found some places out here that are connected to an old hotel in Morristown. It's called the 1899 Motel, historic motel. And that was shut down for like 40 or 50 years and was for sale, at least for the last 20 that I remember. And somebody bought it a year or two ago and is turning it into like a little tourist attraction. And they fixed up the hotel, and they are doing like gold pan outings, ATV outings. It's really kind of cool what they're doing. I think they might have had something to do with this road getting graded. I'm just speculating on that. I can't say for sure, but it would kind of make sense because if they want to take people out here and give them the gold pan or gold mine experience, it would kind of make sense to have this road nice and smooth. You don't want to scare people away when they're from Minnesota or from from Vermont, and they just want to see the Old West and the mines and stuff, and then give them the real good experience. Take them on some of those rough trails, right? But no, this is really smooth. So if you do want to come out here, just be aware of that. You could probably take this whole trail from Morristown to the Anderson Mill now, just a regular stock vehicle. I never saw any reason, except if you get off the trail. If you get off of this road, then it changes, and that's different, because there's some pretty hairy little wash areas and rocks and stuff. But this road is like a freaking freeway all the way through. It's crazy. I know that there were some spots on this road where you had some pretty good little ledges and rocks to kind of work your way around. Probably the last time this road was graded, I'm going to guess 1960s. That's how long it's been since this road has been graded down. So, it's just a surprise. But it's a nice ride. Beautiful day. I think we had high temperatures this day of like 75 degrees. See, there's a little spot off the side. You can camp right there. If you're driving along this road and you see a little sign posted on the side, watch for those. Like you see a couple right there. If it says it's a mining area, you want to kind of stay away from that area or not get back in there and collect any rocks and stuff, definitely. Whether it's BLM land or state trust land. And especially state trust land, because you are not allowed to collect rocks on state trust land unless you have a certain kind of permit to do that. On BLM land, that's okay. But if you're on state trust land, you need a special permit, an authorization to do that. Check on the state trust website for more information, because I don't do a lot of mining and rock collecting. Tammy likes to look at rocks just as a hobby, and kind of look for some pretty things, but some people like to do really, really serious rock collecting, or look for like crystals and diamonds and like meteorites and things like that. Gold, silver. A lot of this area used to be panned for gold and panned for silver, and still is, especially down in the washes. Can you believe this road? Oh my goodness, this area through here used to be pretty rough. There's another mine right over there, just past it, off to the left. Now you will notice little trails that cut off. And once you get off this trail, then it does get rough. There are some areas that, I remember some areas back here that were really for like rock crawling. Coming up over this hill, off in the distance, you might see it, is Picacho Mountain. There's a little kind of a mountain back here. You might see it from the angle and stuff. Famous place. I did a video about a week or two ago on Table Mesa Road, and went out to a little town called Gillette. I didn't get out to Tip Top, but years ago, back in the day, there was a man that lived in that area, and he went missing. And apparently he got, this was back in the 1870s, and they had a shootout up there near Picacho Mountain. He and a bunch of guys that were with him, they were kind of checking out the land, looking for places to do some prospecting, and were attacked by a group of Apaches. Apparently they didn't want them out here, and it took them about 7 years to get back here and find him and his body and his remains, and take him back so he could be buried. And I think he's buried around there, the city of Black Canyon City, I think I can't remember his name. I'll put it on the video here so you can see who he was. A lot of history, though. This whole place. Originally, back in the when the Spaniards came out here, up through Mexico, and the Spanish came up here looking for their, you know, the story, or maybe some of you heard the story of the Cibola, or the 7 cities of gold the Spaniards were looking for. Well, this was the area that they thought might contain that famous legendary city, and they went all the way up into what at that time was just a territory of the United States, North America, looking for the 7 cities of gold, looking for the city of gold. They did find gold, but they never found a city made of gold. Now, if any of you have been on this trail before, you know what I'm talking about. This is like, absolutely was just I just was so surprised. It boggled my mind. There must have been some reason for them to come through here and just grade this, and I think that's probably what it was. There's some companies out here who are doing mining, but I know there's some people who are trying to create some business, tourist business and stuff, and they probably sprung a little bit of money and got this road graded. Pretty soon, in just a minute, we're going to come to a place where we're going to drop down into the San Domingo Wash. And that is a fun wash. If you like to do, if you have an ATV and you want to do some riding, there's so many fun trails out here. I highly suggest, though, you have some good trail map to follow, because you can get lost back in here. But when you get down into the San Domingo Wash, you can actually follow that wash all the way up to where the Anderson Mica Mine is, and then you can go past that. And there's other washes that go up. Even some springs. It's not unusual this time of year. It's not unusual to come out here and find some springs running. You'll be going along the road like this and see some water off to the side coming down the rocks, and it's just a natural spring. Occasionally you might even notice some water, puddles of water on the trail. We just had some rain a few days ago, so there probably still are some puddles around. Most of them have dried up. They dry up pretty fast. Once in a while, especially in the shade or where there's a lot of rocks and stuff, you'll see some puddles. I like that. I like the rain. I like to ride after the rain because it keeps the dust down. Nothing worse than being on one of these trails behind a couple of other ATVs and being at the back end. I tell you what, that is not fun at all. You got to wear like 5 dust masks to keep from getting your mouth filled with dust. Either that or just back off a half a mile and let the dust settle before you come through the cloud. There, you can kind of look off to the left there and see the San Domingo Wash. Right up here used to be a really bad little section of the road right here, and I was waiting and expecting it to be rocky and rough, and I was just like totally amazed. Right through here. This spot you usually had to slow down to about 5 miles an hour because you had big ruts and rocks and things like that. But man, that's nice. And you drop down into the San Domingo Wash and take this up about another quarter mile and around the corner, and you'll start to see the Anderson Mill. And you go up past the Anderson Mill about a mile and a quarter, and there's an old graveyard, a cemetery, the Underwood family, who used to live up here, and they did a lot of prospecting. This was way back in like the 1890s, 1900, around that time period, and there's a little cemetery up there, and you'll see old cabin ruins and stuff. They built cabins out of the rocks. There's the Anderson Mill. And this is actually riverbed, and there was like little ledges in here that you had to cross around. But man, they just smoothed it all out. Makes you wonder though what's going to happen if they get a good flood through here. Guess we'll find out when the rain season starts in the summer. Now once you get here, there's a couple places you can park. You can pull up to the left, park under the near the Anderson Mill. There were already some people here, so we just took off to the right here and parked and look around. We made it. Tammy rode with me. We survived. Actually, it was really easy.
It was easy.
Compared to what I remember the mine road being, what, 3 or 4 years ago.
It was easy.
It was easy. It was a lot rougher at one time. This is the Anderson Mill. Let me show you. It's kind of quite a contraption. It's built out of World War II surplus parts and old parts from old pickup trucks. And they started building, I guess, back in the 1930s and 1940s. It was a mica mine. In fact, you can see it on the ground here. It's kind of shiny sometimes. And mica is used for electrical parts. Back in World War II, they used it for wiring and paint. I mean, there's a lot of things you can use mica for, I guess. But there's just a couple little areas here where you can park. And that goes on back around. There's a bunch of people here. People like to come here on their ATVs and stop and have lunch. There's a little shade over there. You just got to be careful because the bees, right?
Yeah. From what I remember, yeah.
There's a couple of hornets' nests and bee nests, wasps or whatever they are. And they don't always take kindly to people hanging out here. Especially this time of year. Springtime is when they love to hang out. It's just so pretty back in here. I think there's actually, if you go up this road a little bit, there's a little graveyard, some tombstones of the people who lived here years ago. Oh, there's a water spigot. Yeah. I don't know if it works, but it's got a pipe coming up to it. Right back in the trees here.
Right, it does work. It's probably why it's all grown up. Why there's so much.
I should go turn it on and see if it comes on. Just don't want to get poked in the eye by one of these bushes here. All right, here we go.
Lower the cliff.
Nope,
No water.
no water. They must have to have a pump turned on or something. That'd be my guess. I certainly don't remember that the last time we were out here.
I don't either. I don't know that we ventured over this far.
What'd
though.
you find?
Just some cool little different.
Oh, there, that's probably mica right there.
Yeah, that's mica.
Little
And then
shiny
this
stuff.
one had some druzy on it, I think. Yeah, that's druzy. I don't think it's not going to show up probably. These
Here's
are just-
some.
oh yeah, that's definitely mica.
There you go, it's shiny. See what I mean? Like fool's gold, but it's not. Oh, here comes some more. They're on a Jeep ride. Okay. Wow. Like some kind of a hopper up here. Oh, wow. Just back up your truck here and load it.
Yeah, I'm sure they have people that do it for them. It's like, hey, I want this.
I don't know if there's anything in there or not. Nope, not anymore. Except trash. People throw trash in there. A lot of this machinery that you see here was put together from old parts of cars, World War II surplus, and whatever they could find to make it work. It is quite amazing, I gotta tell you. And we were ready to move on back down the trail. Once in a while, Tammy she'd see something that she liked, and so I'd stop and let her get out and collect a few rocks. This is all BLM land through here. Like I said earlier, some of these places through here, you go from BLM land right into state trust land and then back into BLM land again, all within maybe a quarter mile or a half mile. So it's really kind of hard to know where you are unless you have a good trail map. I like Gaia maps because Gaia will tell me on the map whether I'm in state trust land or BLM land or private property, private land. It gives you a distinction. There's a little puddle. See some rain we had. it was a place that we saw earlier, like in the old windmill down in here. And so we pulled off. We wanted to go back here. There's a windmill and a corral and it's kind of a water pump station for animals. And it's really kind of cool to take a look around here. And here's another part of the San Domingo Wash right through here. And off to the left there, you'll see a little sign that tells you that there's a mining claim. Keep your eyes peeled for those. You'll just see them kind of here, there, and every once in a while. Just made a little pit stop. We call it a windmill, but there's really no windmill up there. I think there might have been at one time. It's got a big water tank here and everything. I don't think this works. Nope. There's a pump somewhere. It's just a little holding pen. First letters are S-A-M, and then I lose the letters there. And then the last four letters looks like Ware. Wardware Company. Huh, something Wardware Company makers. Prescott, Arizona. That's one big water tank. Holy cow. Oh yeah. It's probably empty. If there is any water in there, it's water I wouldn't want to drink, that's for sure. Oh, here it is. Name badge required. This is a federal mining claim. Okay. Lots of pretty rocks, so look at this. Oh, that's nice. Some nice quartz right there. Yep. But probably going back this road, there's probably a mining area back there, because from the road you can see people in trailers off a little bit back. I'm getting hungry. We got some sandwiches back at the camp. Alright. Lunchtime. Well, it was time to get back to camp and have some lunch, because I think it was like 1 o'clock now and I was getting hungry. Hangry, yeah. But it was a fun trip. You might notice we came back a little bit of a different way here. If you watch off to the side, you'll see some areas where you can kind of pull off. And there's campsites back in here. Now this part of the road is a little bit rougher through here. And in just a minute, I'm going to notice one off to the right and take it around. But there are a lot of little areas that you can pull off this road. This is a little bit north of the staging area. And if you can get back in here, you can camp in here. And there are people that do come back in here. Maybe they have a four-wheel drive vehicle that has a rooftop tent. Or occasionally you'll find people who take their Class C's or trailers back in here and park them. Just remember there's a 14-day limit. If it's state trust land, there's a 14-day limit per year. If it's BLM land, there's a 14-day state limit. And then you have to move to another area. I think 20 miles, 25 miles or something like that to find a new spot. Here's where I saw a little pull-off. And there's lots of these. And you get to I didn't know how far back it would go, and I got back here, and there's a nice little campsite back here. Kind of a little roundabout here. A little fire pit too, so somebody's been back there recently. And the road isn't too bad. You might have a few dips and a few little bumps and stuff, but not too bad. Get back up on the main road here. There's another little spot off to the right. You'll find a lot of those. I probably wouldn't pull my motorhome back here, but if I had a trailer or something I wanted to camp in, I wouldn't mind pulling it back here. That to the left goes back up to the staging area. Here we are, back home. A lot of guys come out here for day trips and stuff, and they just offload right in here. A lot of folks maybe camp, but a lot of folks just offload for the day. Well, hey everybody, it's time to wrap this up. Hope you enjoyed this trail ride to the Anderson Mill mine and around San Domingo Wash. And wherever you're going, safe travels. Get out and see the world. It's a beautiful world out there. And again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe, and ring the bell. Catch you later, everybody. Bye.